And once again, we welcome Joni Smith.
Well, thank you so much with Jason, Cory, Julie, Ingram from La Crescent. Hello, family.
Hello.
It's good to see you guys. Look, you're not even going to talk into the mic, are you? Jason said, no, I'm too nervous.
Close enough, right?
How could you be nervous? You've been with us since day one.
Forever, yeah.
Right? 19 years.
Yeah. Yep, we did our first Radiothon in 2000.
Well, you know what? You come back every single year, and I know why you do it. It's to give back, isn't it?
It is. It's to pay it forward, to make sure that people know how much CMN helps not just your own kids, but the neighbor kids, the grandkids, everyone in the area and outside of the area.
And see, we benefit from that because you guys come back to see us each year, and we can keep track of you two. And, you know, you've done a great job keeping track of them. Well, you also have Ashley at home, too.
Yes.
So 3 guys, well, 3 kids under one roof and a busy household. Guys look great. You feel okay?
Yeah.
Everybody feels good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Take us back, Julie, to the beginning, 19 years ago. You're going to be a mommy for the first time. Did you know you were going to have twins?
No, that was a whole shock. We went in for our ultrasound, and the technician said, well, there they are. I kind of said, what do you mean they? He looked at Steve. His face was beet red, and he goes, well, you're having twins. I'm like, no, he's joking, Steve. It's fine.
How
and
many weeks were you at that point when you had your ultrasound?
I think we were at like 24.
Okay, so...
Oh, no, 16.
Okay,
yeah.
So you would plan probably 1 crib, 1 bassinet, 1 car seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you were doing? Okay.
Planning for a single like most people do.
All right.
And then shock set in that we were going to have 2. Decided to know right away if we were having boys or girls, and couldn't quite tell, so we knew 1 boy and weren't sure. Mm-hmm. So we kept those names possibilities, and then just switched doctors. Everything changed. Provider, having to go to Dr. Peck then, and just knew that we were on a different track.
Okay.
And so far, then everything was still normal at that point.
So you go home, planning for 1, now you're planning for 2. So what was your first thing? Did you have like a nesting instinct going on? Did you start doubling up on things? What'd you do?
Kind of in shock at first.
Well, you were, of course,
yeah. Thinking about, okay, how do you handle the job? I was working here at Gunderson at the time. Mm-hmm. How we're going to do daycare, making all these plans of what's after the babies are born in April. We were planning for April delivery
April
time.
Was supposed to be the month.
Yep.
Okay. When did the boys come?
They came January 12th, 3 months early.
So they were 3 months early.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what happened? How did you know that you were on your way to delivery? What happened?
We had been doing appointments weekly, and we made it to our 27th week, and Dr. Peck said, we are going to deliver within 2 weeks. You need to have these babies. They have twin-to-twin transfer syndrome.
Tell us a little bit what that means.
That is where the umbilical cord is divided, and Jason and Cory's was divided 80-20. So 80% of oxygen, food, nutrients, everything, blood supply was going to Jason. Cory was surviving on 20%. So Jason was stealing a lot.
Well, Jason, we're going to continue the story. We want to let you know that 608-784-KIDS, 5437 is the phone number to call. We are waiting. We are staffed. Ultra Federal Credit Union, they're over there. There they are. They're on the phone banks, ready to take your call at 608-784-KIDS. You're listening to the Radiothon, and we are with the Ingram family. Okay, so we've got 80%, 20% happening.
Yep. So Dr. Peck said, you're going to deliver in 2 weeks. So we're going to start a different med. We're going to increase the baby's lung capacity so that they'll be able to breathe a little bit better on their own. Let's start preparing. And we went in. I started doing shots every 3 days to kind of amp that up. And then we made it 6 days, went back into our next appointment, and Dr. Peck said, you're going to meet your kids tomorrow.
So even earlier than what you were anticipating.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're down to the wire. What's happening in your house at that point?
Yeah, it was kind of chaotic. Thankfully, the staff here at Gunderson, they took us through the NICU that day. We started meeting the team that would help the kids right away, and they set our mind at ease already from that day immediately, knowing that, yes, we're going to be delivering. The kids will be at 28 weeks. We can kind of determine their size a little bit right now, and these are all the plans that are going to be in place. Here's the delivery room, the NICU, the staff that will be taking care of them, and everything that will help them survive here on out.
You know, as you're telling us the story of the boys, you're cool as a cucumber. Was that the case?
Yeah, because I had
Okay.
to stay cool because Steve wasn't.
Because your husband was a mess? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We love him, so we can say that. We can say so. All right. So 28 weeks.
28 weeks. We went in for delivery. And again, the staff was amazing. Jason was first to be delivered. He was 2 pounds, 10 ounces. He did pretty well right from the get-go. Cory knew that it wasn't time to come out, so we did a C-section, and had to do another type of C-section, a transverse, because Cory said, it's not time. He was delivered at 1 pound, 3 ounces. Pound of butter.
Little guy. And here he is sitting with us, both of them on the couch today. You would have no idea.
None. They're healthy, happy, bright young men.
When did Children's Miracle Network hospitals come into your life?
Well, right from the get-go, really, because the things that were in the NICU, the giraffe isolates were brand new. And so Jason and Cory were kind of the first with these new isolates, and they were phenomenal. Jason and Cory did a whole lot better when he got to co-bed with Jason. And so they realized that all of his numbers increased when he was in the same isolate
With his
as
brother.
Jason.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Still to this day, you guys are two peas in a pod. You're very close together, aren't you?
Yeah, same room, different bed cell.
Well, well, that's good news.
Exactly.
There you go. So isolate, new technology. And now we have an isolate that's on display. We're here at Gunderson Health System. We're in the main clinic lobby. There's an isolate, and there's a little model baby that's in there. Rena, how many weeks is the little model baby? 25 weeks. So there's a 25-week little model baby. So some of the stories that you're sharing with us today and some of the sizes of preemies, can stop by and take a look at that. And also we have some little teeny tiny diapers.
Oh,
what did you
man.
guys do for that? I mean, you can't run to the store and get a box of Pampers
No.
for your teeny tinies.
When you look at the NICU diapers, they're like 2 inches wide. They swamped Cory. Those were way too big for Cory. And they kind of fit Jason pretty well. But even the preemie clothes, they looked like baby dolls. You could see through Cory's arm. They were just translucent, basically. You just can't imagine, because when you're pregnant, you're expecting a 6-7 pound baby, nice and pink and rosy, and we have these 2 gorgeous little boys, but they're pale, they're translucent. You can see all their veins.
Were
can
you
see
afraid
them
to
struggling.
pick them up? When did you get to pick the boys up for the first time?
Jason and I held within 2 days, and Cory, it was more like 5 before I could hold him.
We have one of the little diapers right here. John's holding on to it, that size.
Yeah.
We currently have 2 calls. It's 608-784-KIDS, 5437. We want more than that, even though 2 calls for the twins, but we'd still like to double, triple that. When was the first time that you held the babies?
They were a couple days old already.
Okay.
Jason was probably 2 days, and Cory was more like 4 because his numbers were just so bad. His lungs were collapsing, so they had to put tubes in for his lungs. He was having a hard time just surviving. I knew, though, in our hearts, we knew that when Cory was only surviving in the womb at 20%, we knew that once he was out of the womb, with the NICU, with the staff, with all the technology, the medicine, the care, the love, that he was going to survive. He was going to thrive.
We made a phone call this morning. There's 10 babies right this minute upstairs in the NICU. Capacity is 12. So there's a lot of little ones up there that are being cared for. The staff, 24/7, always there,
Always.
always
And,
supporting.
when a mom then goes home without your baby, that's a whole different ballgame. You never imagine what that's going to be like because your body is still wanting to breastfeed. Your body is still wanting to care for these babies. So I would get up in the night and pump so that the kids had milk in the NICU, and I would call. I would call at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, and just to get an update, to call and see what they were like. As soon as daylight came, 7 o'clock, I would come and I would sit in the NICU. The staff was fabulous. They weren't sick of me, even though I would sit there and hound and see what was going on. But that's as close as we could get, is coming for a few hours.
Who was taking care of you while this was going on?
Family was amazing. The family helped out a lot. CMN then would bring us meal tickets so that, because we didn't want to leave.
Well, of course not.
We'd go downstairs, eat.
Were you surprised when you got your first meal voucher
Yeah.
from Children's Miracle Network? Did you know of the organization?
No, I did because I worked here at Gunderson.
Okay.
But I didn't know the impact. Until it affects you, you have no clue what the impact is. Until you've seen a family member or a friend, you don't know where all the behind the scenes and what they're doing for families. You're going into the NICU and you're not thinking about food. You're just thinking about what you can do for the kids. And then the staff sees that. They know that you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to get some rest. And they're looking out for you.
And you have to put gas in the car to get here.
Back and forth, a lot of running.
Your regular work schedule is not your regular work schedule anymore.
No.
That's tossed out the window.
Everything is chaotic.
Chances are your income is not what your income was.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And also some specialized equipment. I mean, you guys benefited from warmers. Tell us about those.
Yep.
And isolates.
The isolates, the warmers. When they were in the NICU, they had everything. Jason came home at 6 weeks, and he came home with oxygen and his apnea monitors. So we had to keep track of how they were breathing, what percentage their oxygen was at, and everything else. And then to leave the house, I was still coming back to see Cory every day. So I would pack up Jason, come back, and see Cory. That got exhausting, but you can't leave your other baby.
No.
On its own either. So when we get here, we'd have meal vouchers, we'd have the gas, and then when Cory finally came home at 10 weeks, so he was 2.5 months old before he came home, the respite was amazing. For someone to come in that knew how to handle the equipment that we had, the apnea monitors, the oxygen, how to hold them, how to feed them, the gavage tubes. They had tubes everywhere. They weren't just normal babies that you pass to your girlfriends or your family and say, hold them for a few minutes while I go and take a shower. That's not possible when you have preemies, when you have kids with special needs.
Whole different world.
Whole different ballgame.
And unless you all would come in and tell us these things, we wouldn't know. But
no,
everybody's
it's behind
good
the
now?
scenes.
We're good?
We are
Feeling good?
We are fabulous, aren't we?
Okay, boys, what are you up to?
Just working right now.
Okay. All right, that's Jason. Okay. And Cory, what are you doing?
Yeah, just working.
Okay. Well, that's good. Working is a good thing.
Working is great.
What makes you guys come back? I know your mom makes you come back, but why do you really feel a need to come back each year?
You want to say that first? No?
You were heroes.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about that year.
What was that? Six years ago or so?
7th grade. Yeah.
7th grade?
You're always a hero with us anyway.
Thank you. Well, it's just, I don't know.
It feels good to give back.
Of course.
Feels good to give back.
Just the things that they do and the equipment and the technology that's available to all these families is just incredible.
Well, and I know every year you hear the story of how you guys got started, and you hear your mom, and your mom is almost in tears every single year when she's telling us these stories because it's very real. and just the opportunity to come back and really follow you guys, because that's the best part. We get to keep up. Well, okay, so then you have Miss Ashley.
Yes.
How did that ultrasound go? I bet Steve how did he
Yeah.
do during that one till you got the results?
We were waiting to see if there was going to be two.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Ashley's a single.
Yep.
So that was probably fabulous, but they're more like triplets.
Yeah.
They learned how to
close.
do everything together.
I'm surprised she didn't come with you today. What, she didn't want to get up?
She didn't want to wake up.
There you
no.
go.
8 o'clock
There you
was
go.
a little early
There you
yet
go.
today. No school, so I'm going to sleep in. They did everything together. The kids I am so blessed that all of them were best friends. They get along really well. And when it came time to look at this second adventure with CMN being heroes, all of them got behind it. Ashley supported them just as much as they were supporting each other. And the kids and the families that we have met and have stayed in contact with has been phenomenal. They are amazing families. And unfortunately for our CMN family,
It's okay. Take a breath.
the kids that were heroes with Jason and Cory, we lost 2 already. And that's hard.
It's really tough. And it's part of the reality, isn't it?
It is.
We have happy, wonderful stories, and then we have stories that will just tear you in two.
And they do. But knowing that CMN helped and that these kids wanted to put forth the effort to show how resilient they are, what they can do, what they can talk about, tell other families, tell everyone in the world how important CMN is, what they accomplished. They were strong kids, and they did not leave this earth a week at all.
Giving with your heart, giving your story with your heart, and giving your pledges. It's 608-784-KIDS, 5437. Ingram family has been with us today. It wouldn't be a Radiothon without you guys, and we mean that. We're not just saying that. We mean that.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming in. What would you tell somebody who's making the decision to give us a call?
Oh, it's just pennies a day, and it makes such a world of difference to know that the community supports you. They might not even know who you are. They might not know the struggle that you're going through, but people are struggling behind every door, and you don't know what these kids are going through. Kids are resilient. They don't know that the odds are against them. So we need to help to make sure that they never know those odds are against them.
You seem to be very close with a lot of the physicians that you
Yeah.
were close with. Still the same?
Yeah, we still try to keep in touch with them. When we walk into Gunderson, if we're here for appointments or something else, Jason and Cory are always like, okay, let's go see this person. Let's go see it up to the CMN office to see who's up there. And it's a comfortable place. We are comfortable here.
Got another call?
Yes,
Got another call
keep
that came
calling
in
people.
at 608-784-KIDS, 5437. And let's just go for a couple more. Let's go for a couple more calls on
Absolutely.
this Friday morning. We know that, you're getting ready. If you're a 9-to-5er, you're about ready to run out the door and go to work, getting ready for the weekend. It's another beautiful sunny day. Take a minute. Give us a call. 608-784-KIDS, 5437. Not only is it wonderful to be a recipient, it also, and this is true, it also makes you feel really good to give.
It does. When you can walk out the door in the morning and know that you helped a child in need, and these children are babies all the way up to high schoolers. They're young adults that need our assistance and our help. The families need help. It's little things and it's big things. Every child needs something different. There are no cookie cutters by any means. Every family has a different story and a different journey that they have to take. But if you can find it in your heart to give just a little bit, it moves mountains for these families.
New this year is the 120 Club member. It's $10 a day for 12 months. I bet you and I, if we just took 5 seconds, we could think of 10 different ways to save $10 a month.
Absolutely. Think of all the things that we run out and get to Mountain Dew at lunchtime. We're feeling a little tired. We grab a cappuccino, a coffee, go get that extra cheeseburger or that donut in the morning.
Well, let's
those
not
little
cut
things.
out the donut in the morning. can find something else to cut out. Let's not do that. Let's not be rash about this, no. But the phone number is 608-784-KIDS 5437. The community of La Crescent has always been supportive for you as well. You guys coming up through the school system and still part of, the community.
I still see some of the staff at La Crescent High School wear the team, Jason Cory team, CMN shirts. We've had some other CMN hero kids from La Crescent.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to let you guys get on with your day. Thank you for making the effort. Give your sister a hug for us. We still love her. But thank you for making the effort and coming. And, of course, Julie, don't know what we'd do without you.
Thank you for having us.
You're listening to the Children's Miracle Network Radiothon, CMN Hospital's Radiothon. Put your money where the miracles are, a service of the La Crosse Media Group.
Yeah. Great family. Thank you, Joni. We appreciate it.